Okay. I've got issues. I've got issues all over the place. Let me pull up the stream to see what it looks like. For some reason, my audio is all over the place today. Okay, what's that sound like? Okay, let's try this and see what happens. I'm hearing myself come through the speakers. It's going to drive me nuts. But what you going to do? We are going to program Snake for the Atari 8-bit computers in... Oh, I gotta turn that on. Okay, I gotta get my 1200 XL out here. I've been fighting my sound for the last 20 minutes for some reason. I don't know what's going on.
There, that should sound better now. But I don't know what's going on because I don't touch it from week to week. And this week it seems like half of it's broken. Let's make sure that starts up. Oh, the side loader. I don't want that. What key did I hold down to get that to boot up? And we want just regular AtariBasic. I think this has everything set up for me. Oh, why do I have an image over here? What the heck? How could I not have an image? Oh, man. You guys are lucky you're not paying for this. Hey, there we go. All right, we got that. Hey, we got a boot disc. Boy, you would think I could just make a... okay, I thought I did. I don't know where it's picking up my audio and sending it through. Because I'm hearing it here also. And I've gone through everything and it should not be getting my voice. I should not be hearing my voice. Because even if I turn down all sound, I still hear my voice. Let me try one other thing. Everybody loves troubleshooting on the stream. Do I have another microphone coming through? Nope. That's disabled. Nope. Nope, I want to turn that on because I won't have sound effects in. Don't listen to the device. Don't listen to the device. Don't listen to the device. Headset's disconnected. Don't listen to the device. So I don't. Every microphone I have, listen to the device turned off, but I'm still hearing it. Frustrating. Be better. Be better. Okay. Well, nope, that's not what I want because that mutes. That's not what I want because that mutes all of the sound. So I don't know where What's that do? Nope, that turns it off. That turns it off for the stream too. How annoying is the sound for that? Because I think I need to restart, and I'm not going to restart. I'm just not going to restart. Monitor off, monitor. Well, it's not coming through OBS, it's coming through Windows itself. Good old Windows. Wonder if I turn this
down. What's that do? Nope, I still hear it.
Sup? Ambroid 2? Okay, I'm having issues with my sound, so my voice is just going to sound weird. Let's get to. I want to get some programming done. Oh, I forgot one other book I need here. Ugh. Can't take my mic over there.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, I can't do anything about the echo. I don't know. I think I just need to restart my computer. Which is a real pain. Because then I have to kill the stream. What can I do? Yeah, I don't know how. I don't know. I just don't know. If it gets too annoying, let me know. I might restart. So tonight, I don't need this book. Why do I have this book? I couldn't find my little... I went and grabbed my... So I have very important book to program with. You only need one. Don't know why I have two. I grabbed this AtariBasic book because there will be times that I won't remember the command that I need to use, and I'll need to look it up because it's really been a while since I've programmed in Atari Basic. It'll come back to me. I'm sure it will. So I'm going to turn off that. So I'm just going to start up Atari Basic here. Oh, fudge. Atari Basic was enabled. Why didn't you find it? Oh, I know why. I typed basic, not car. I'm too used to Spartados. So my setup here is Spartados X as my disk operating system, booting off of a compact flash in my Atari 1200 XL. So we're going to make a directory, put my great game in. We're going to call it G-Snake because why not? So I want to be in this directory before I go to Basic. Ah, I'm in Basic. Sweet. It's all coming back to me now. So when I start a Basic program, my first line is always the command to save my program. So here, line 0, it's just a remark and it's saved. Why do I want that? So I can just do a list and delete everything ahead of it and I can save it. So I don't have to type that save command all the time. It works really well. So there's your big basic tip for today. So we have my great oh, here, I'll fix that a little bit. There we go. People are complaining about my crotch, which rightfully so. So we want to do a snake game. I saw this video where if you just search for Apple II basic snake, you'll find it on YouTube, where he goes through and writes a basic version of Snake. And I thought, okay, that'd be kind of cool. Let's do it on a real machine and not an Apple II Plus, which was painful to watch. They didn't have a full screen editor like you do on Atari Basic. So right now we just have one command. We need to, first of all, let's figure out a place to start our program. And I'm just going to start it at 1,000 because everybody starts at 10 and I like to be a little different. Rem is a remark. I never commented my code back in the day, but since we're doing this together, I'm going to comment it a little bit. So let's think about, we need to be able to store where the snake's head is. Because I'm thinking we store the snake's head position and then the rest of its body in an XY array. That's what he did in the Apple video, and that kind of makes sense. So we're going to do px equals, and my screen is 40 characters across, so middle will be, it starts at 0, so it's 0 through 39, so middle will be 19. And we can put multiple commands on a line. Up, down, it's 24, right? Ooh, it's been a while. 0 to 23, so it'd be 11. Oh, we gotta clear the screen too. Now see, this is something that he couldn't do. I can go up and just renumber that one, and then I can do this one. So we're going to do graphic 0, change the screen, px. Let's set those. Now I think the position command, it's been a while. Yeah, that and A8. I stole that. I didn't come up with that idea. I know I read it in an analog somewhere. Okay, I need some help. I can't remember position. Does this thing have an index? I wish I had my little card that would help me with these things. That was position. There is no position command. What? Yes, there is. This book sucks. I had my little booklet that came with my Atari 800 XL that had all the basic commands on it. Oh, wrong keyboard. How's this for meta? AtariBasic reference manual. There we go. That'll work. PX, comma, PY. And then I think I can just print to number 6. Yeah, I grew a beard. I'm trying to grow a beard. Hey, I remember that all correctly. So it is the position command and print number 6. So number 6 is, I forget what it is. It's something, some device that's automatically opened. And so I have the X. So there's the start of our snake. Woohoo! Now let's figure out how to move it. Oh, other thing is, see that cursor in the upper left corner? When you use the position command, that cursor will get in our way and we need to get rid of it. So, we're going to do our first poke. Oh, 7520 turns it off, I think. No. Maybe it's 1. Maybe I've got the wrong thing. 752. Almost positive that's what it is. Cursor inhibit. 255? Oh no, look, it turned it off. I don't have a cursor anymore. Which only makes it a little annoying to type. I'm sure you could get turn on key click for your machine if you really wanted it to. Okay, we want to move, and I'm just going to use the keyboard right now. We're going to position memory location 764 has the key that's being pressed. So we are going to write this little thing that's just going to show that location. So I want to use A and Z. Yeah, Murky Banana. This is 6 weeks, and it's kind of like a poor attempt. A freshman could grow better beer than me. Okay, so peeking into 764, I should get, when I push A, I get 63. I need to write this down. I'm not used to programming where I don't have other windows to open up to write little notes in. But I got Post-it notes. And I got a ton of pens. I never use a pen, so I got a ton of them. So A is 63. Z is 23. Those are going to be up and down, and then I'm going to use plus is 6, and asterisk is 7. So let's put a game loop at 1200. These numbers are just arbitrary. I'm just making them up as I go along, trying to leave enough space for other things, because AtariBasic by itself doesn't have a way to renumber, and so you just kind of make sure you have space in there. I can always list it out, load it into a word processor, and do it that way, but we're trying not to get there. I want to be able to read the keyboard. So we are going to, key is going to equal peak into 764. If key equals 255, then go to 1200. Is it then go to or just go then? Man. Shows how much I've done this for a while. If then's on page 22. I brought up the manual because I couldn't remember. Yeah, Rave, I know I can't grow a beard as good as you. Okay, it's just then 1200. It's going to say more than hello world here by the time I'm done. So if nothing's pressed, it's just going to go up there. 1220. This is going to look really crappy at first, but we just want to make sure it works. If key equals 63, then px equals px minus 1, which means we're going to move up. Yeah, this is just ugly. Ugly. That's going to be down. We're going to add 1. P equals plus, oops, it's 6. Py equals py minus 1. 7, then py equals if we don't put 255 back into the key, into that location, it won't change. So it'll think we're holding down each one of those letters. So now I can position px, comma, py, number 6. The semicolon after it is so it doesn't do a return, because I don't want it to mess up. Okay, so it's going to read the key. If nothing's been pressed, it's just going to keep on reading that. And then if a letter's been pressed, it's going to modify those things. It's going to move our X. It's going to position our X in the new position, and then go back to 1200. And save it for good luck. Okay, so if I hit A, A is PY, is the Y axis. Okay, at least that's moving correctly, except they're moving the wrong direction. Darn it. Hey, what are you people watching are supposed to correct me? This is supposed to modify Y. And something as simple as this, watching that guy program an AtariBasic, you have to retype the lines. Okay, since X is left and right, I should be using the left and right ones. And Y is up and down. Guys, 9 times. Okay, if I hit A, he'll go up. Plus, he'll go left. Z, he'll go down. And asterisk, he'll go right. Whee! Well, that's kind of cool. Okay, now we have a nice little, the world's simplest drawing program. We can draw little X patterns all over the place. That's cool. And once I go off screen, it'll crash. Because we have no error checking to go off screen. That's what it just did. I'm not doing NFTs of my great X drawing program. So next, okay, we got a snake. He's one character long, but we need to remove, when he moves, we need to remove his last leg. We don't have length stored anywhere. Oh, and my cursor's gone because reasons. Okay, player length equals 1. We need to store the... Well, we just let him grow. How am I going to do that? Well, here, we can erase. It's really easy for us right now because at 12:05, previous player X equals PX. Previous PY equals PY. And then at 1270, actually we'll do it at 1271. Position, previous player X, previous player Y, print at number 6, because we want to print to the screen, a space. Okay, so now we should be able to move the guy around and it'll just be an X. No more art for now. Whee! And crash. So now let's put some fruit on the board. Where do we want to put the fruit? Or food, I should say. So up here on food X equals, oh, we gotta do a random. Where is random? Because I can never remember how to do a random. Page 41. I should bring up another window with the AtariBasic manual so you guys can see me scrolling through it. Okay. Random gives me a number between 0 and 1, but never returns 1. So food X equals integer of random 0 times, we want it, my end goal is going to be a border around the edge, so we can't use position 0 because that's where the border is going to be. So we're going to want to start at 1 to 38. So if I do random up to 37, plus 1, that should work. And food Y will do the same thing. Hey, we got that in there. The problem with Pico 8 is the machine is too fast. So you can be very inefficient with Pico 8 and still get good results. Whereas when you're programming on this, right now we're doing it very clumsily, but we'll need to optimize it a little bit later because the machine's just not fast enough. So we have those set up. Now let's put our food on the screen. Food X, food Y, print number 6. What character we want to use for food? A hashtag. Whoops. So now when we run it, hey, we got a food down there. Oh, and I ate it. Sweet. I wonder why is the... Okay, we got one issue there. When you use a key that's not one of the ones we chose, everything, the X disappears. So why is that? Oh, because we're still printing even if the number didn't change. So where I erased the old one, if the number didn't change, then it's erasing the current spot. So right here, oh, I can't remember the format for the if statement. Can I do multiple? Yes, I can. So here, and look, Apple II people, eat your heart out. You can't insert. If PPX does not equal PX or PPY does not equal PY, then is that correct? Sweet. Okay, so now when I press something else, it doesn't erase that character, but it'll still do it when I move. Sweet. Oh, I love Pico 8. I play around with it a lot. It makes things almost too easy. Okay, so it's working. We can move it. Now we need to check when we're getting ready to eat the fruit. So right after we move, let's get rid of these lines because we don't need them anymore. So at 1280, we're going to check if we are eating the fruit. Because we already positioned the X and it'll be on top of the fruit. If PX equals food X and PY equals food Y, then length equals length plus 1. And we're just going to print the length in the upper corner. And we have to come up with new fruit. As you can tell, the Atari keyboard is slightly different than a regular keyboard. Most notably, the 2 has the quotes, but also the equals is in a different spot. So I keep on hitting the greater than where equal should be. Oh. Random of 0 times 22 plus 1. Okay, so if I'm on the food, then we'll increase our length by 1. I'll print the length in the upper left corner, and we'll give the food a new position and print it. Can I fit this all in one lump? Because this is the end of the line. It's going to beep at me. There it is. But I got it in. So the AtariBasic editor, you're limited to only 3 lines. And I used the shortened version, the POS period for position, and it'll expand that out when I'm done here. So that line will actually go 4, and I won't be able to edit it. This last part here on this line, I won't be able to edit that. I'll have to shorten it up and everything. But for right now, that should work. Go to 1200. Oh, yeah, I'll I thought about using the heart. Oh. Gotta save. Okay, so now I should be able to go down here, get the food, and look, our length went to 1, length went to 2, sweet! Now I know it's not automatically moving yet. We'll get that. Wow, look at that. Sweet. Yeah, once I get this going, I'm thinking about redefining the character set and making it look really good. Now, we need to make our thing go longer. How am I going to store that in an array? So the array is going to. I'm going to do that. Atari Basic is pretty nice. It's what I actually learned on Terrace 80. You want to see the best basic book there is? I thought I had it over here. Where is it? Oh shoot, I don't know where I stuffed it. Anyway, the extended basic book for the TRS-80 color computer is the absolute best basic learning book I've ever used. It's amazing. So we've got to store our locations. We could set up an array for all of it as we move around and just keep on adding to that array. If we don't do any garbage collection on the array, it could take up to the X and the Y. Depending on we have 960 characters on, 960 characters I think on the screen. It'll take up 2K. I think this will even work in 16K, so I got 64. So on 1025, let's dimension player X history for 1024. Player Y history for 1024. And we need a pointer to know where to know how long our array is. Player length history. No, player history length. Sure. EFC, if you programmed in BASIC on the Apple, kudos, because that just looks painful. Oops. Okay. So we have those array. Oh, we need to give them a... We need to store them. So pxh1 equals px. Py history for 1 equals py. And I'm going to do PLH because that's just going to make more sense to me. Oh, I don't, that shouldn't be an array. Gosh darn it. What the heck am I thinking? I usually turn off the key click, but I'm going to leave it on for right now. Okay, so we dimension an array to store our history. We initialize it to the first position is where we're at, and the current. So we'll be able to use the player length history. That's a terrible variable. Player current position. No, player history. Player history length, because it's a pointer to where we're at in the last character that we've placed into that array. Name the variable, Bob. PHL, Phil, is going to be 1. Oops. Oh, I forgot. I can't do that in this basic. Now I need to do some array working here, and I only need to do it if the player changed. So my 1272 line, we're going to modify that. If and oh, there's probably a better looking way of doing this, but so that means nothing changed. So we're going to then 1500. Because nothing, well, once I start automating it, something will change every time. Okay. We're going to make this change now. We need a direct, now we have our previous, we need a previous key saved too. Well, 55. Previous key equals key. Let me think. Because I'm going to just, this next time around, I'm just going to tell, it's just going to keep on rotating this. But we need to remember whatever the previous key was, because if no key was pressed, yeah, I know. If no key was pressed, then key equals previous key. Oh, that's brilliant. Because then the rest of this will fall through. And then at 1255, P key equals key. So at the start, we'll just have it go like we pushed left, so 6. Lock. Yes, yes, yes. So when we're setting up these variables, 1050, key, previous key equals 6. This is why I love AtariBasic. You come up with this cool thing. Yeah, it's a stack pointer. That's what I was looking for. That was the term. Okay, so previous key is going to be the left, looking left. And then when we start the loop, we're going to look and see if a key was pressed. previous px equals px, previous py equals py. If no key was pressed, then we're going to let key equal previous key, so it'll keep on moving every time. Will this work? It should start going left as soon as we start. Ah! Sweet! Okay. Wow, it goes a little fast. Okay, we need to slow that down a little bit. But hey, that... Get my cursor back. That worked better than I thought it would. Okay, how can we slow it down? Let's put a sound command in there. Anybody remember how what the feature of the sound command looked like? I never wrote BASIC with sound because I could never get anything that sounded anything good. We want page 66. Okay, sound. Where should we play the sound? Let's play it right at the start. Sound, the voice, 0. Pitch. Let's pick a low, 243. Distortion. Can be even numbers. I don't know what this is going to sound like, so we'll start with 0. And what's the last? Volume control. 8. Now, will this stop? How do you do the length? The note will continue playing until the program encounters another sound statement with the same voice or an end statement. Okay, so if I just put this in there, it's just going to get out at an annoying tone, and that's not what we want. Oh, good old 4-next loop as a pause. It sounds like a race car, and it's not registering my key presses. Hey, register my key press! Okay, I've got an annoying car sound. Oh, and it still keeps on going. Oh. Maybe that's why I never did anything with sound. Okay, going to 1,000 takes way too long. Let's take one character out of there. Distortion of 0 sounds like a car. Let's put that at 2. Ooh. Now, oh, why is it not registering? It takes a little bit to register keys now. That's just frustrating. So I wonder why that pause just completely annihilated my response for the key. Yeah, the location 764 stores the last character hit, and it never resets it. So I have to reset it back to 255 after I've read it. But why is it with that 4 in there, it's acting like it's not even... How do I clear it out? Yeah, that should stop the sound. What? Still doesn't read fast enough. Wonder why it's not reading fast enough. It's changing it up there, but it's just really slow. It was working fine until we put in that sound statement. Does the sound statement do something with the keyboard? So, the chip that reads the keyboard, the Pokey chip, also does sound. So I'm wondering if something with that sound messes up the keyboard. Nope, still not. Huh. So it's not the sound. Because it's still doing it. I'll work on an RPG next. It'll have to have a snake level. I wonder if it's that if key equals 255, then key equals previous key. Because I'm setting previous key to key. So previous key, PK... Previous key should never be anything but a key press. It should never be 255. Let's see what previous key is equal to. Six. Okay. So it's not being reset, but I'm hitting Z. There it goes. It keeps on going. That. No, I don't have a cursor. Gosh darn it. Oh, you know what? We're making this harder than... I really don't ever need to reset the key. We'll have to do some error checking later. I poke. Don't know why not. Hey. So I didn't even need to do anything with that previous key because okay, length is getting up there. Now we need to start drawing a length to our snake. Because our poke into 764 never resets, we can just leave it at that and it'll keep on going the same direction we were going. Now we still need some error checking so we can't go back on ourselves and stuff like that, but we'll fix that in a second. Fix that later. So when our length gets to position, so at the end of the string where we take out the right here, so we don't need to know if they don't equal because it's always going to be moving now. So 1272 can be taken out. We're back to my great X drawing program. Because we're going to, that was 12. 1272. We're going to position at the end of our, so our PHL, so that's where our array is. Oh, we're not storing our positions in these arrays. Because every time we move, we need to increment fill. Store player X history for fill. Player Y history at fill. And then we take our length, fill minus our length, and erase that character. So position at player X history for fill minus length PXY player Y history at minus length print number 6 a space. So we store our new position. We store our new position. We add we move our stack pointer up one, and then at the length of our string, we print a space. So that should let our snake move around. Nope. Because it should be erasing. World's hardest game of Snake. So fill equals fill plus 1. Yeah, I started on this thinking, oh, this shouldn't be. I should have watched the whole Apple II video to see how he did some of these issues. But I only watched about half of it when I realized, oh, this would be fun to do on the in AtariBasic. So I've added those in there. Fill equals 1. So each time we move through this, we're adding 1 on the fill. So it should, at the history of fill minus, so it should be 1 minus 1 is, maybe I need to start fill on 2. No, because that's going to skip over that. So fill's 1. Now fill is 2, and length is also 2. So it's going to do position of 0, which is not what we want. I think I need to start the array on. Now, if I start the array on 0, it'll go to 1, but the length, maybe I need to do a plus 1 in there. Yeah, I thought about using the screen, but I need to know where, as the snake gets longer, I just want to remove the last character, because he adds one on the front, so I should be able to delete the last character in the chain. So when we add a character onto the history, oh, the first time through, it's not, length is still 1. But PHL is, what is PHL every time? Could just try this in immediate mode. So it's 30. Let's step through this. PHL's 2. So subtract length, which would be 1, and it should be removing that X, because our length is only 1. I'm eventually going to switch to poking directly in a screen memory for these things. That was my idea. I was doing each position. I was doing an array for the X position and an array for the Y position. So I only have to keep fill. PHL is where the current current length of that array. But see, it should have erased that other X. Oops. Oh, why is my length 0? Don't tell me I never set the length. I never set the length. I never initialized the length. Oh, it's because I called it player length. I didn't call it length, I called it player length. You know, I bet a real programmer would write down notes and see. I started out so well with my remarks, and they kind of went out the window. Duh. Okay, we're just gonna, since I used L down there for everything, we're just gonna change my initialization to L instead of PL. Okay, print L is 1. Print fill, which should be 2. Okay. Okay, fill is going up. Oh, I would have died there. But see, my length is only 3, and it's not erasing that last one. I can always figure out how to renumber. Okay, but it's not erasing the old position. Oh, because I had this other code that I don't need in there because I'm an idiot. Ah! Oh, it started out! Did you see that? Ah! It did it right once, and then it stopped. So why did it work once, and then... Because my length is not changing until I hit food, so my length stays 1 the whole time. So the current position minus length why it works. Ah! We didn't see it. We didn't see it. I had a Y, not PY. Aha! Now it should go to 2. Come on. Oh, look at that! Ah! Awesome! We have got a snake, and he grows. Look at that go. Oh. I don't know why I'm playing this so carefully. There's no way to lose right now. Look at that. That's a thing of beauty. Oops. Wow, and it's still, even when it crossed over itself, which would have killed you in the real game. So that code, even if I cross myself, it still works. Okay, we're going to have a problem. I dimensioned that array. Let's see what happens when that array hits 1024. There's probably a more efficient way of storing those locations. I could do some sort of garbage collection, I guess. But that'd be a little harder. But I'm pretty sure it's going to hit 1024 before. Come on. Can I let it wrap? Well, it's going to, as soon as I do it, it's going to give me a out of bounds on the array whenever, as soon as it tries to do 1024. Oh, and look, I've got to do some error checking for where it puts the food because I can't let it put the food where the because it put the food where the snake was. Which isn't going to work. So not only when it randomly picks a spot for the food, it's going to have to go through the array to make sure that there are no locations in the last. Oh, it doesn't have to go through the whole array. It just has to go through the length, the player length, to make sure there are no snake parts where it wants to put. Okay, let's see if this crashes here. I think I put it at 1024. Yep. Got up to 41. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm calling it a night. I'm pretty impressed with it so far. That was pretty fun. And then, here's my version control. There's my version control. Okay, that was a fun stream. I'm sure it wasn't that exciting. Probably wasn't that exciting for people watching as it was for me to do it, but I had fun. So maybe I will. I'm going to continue on that next week, polish it up a little bit, and we'll see. Maybe I'll edit this down to put up just a video of the interesting parts and not me looking in the manual to figure out what I'm doing. Okay, thanks. I'm going to bed.